Alright, so I'm going to pick up where I left off in the last survivor of Tenochtzitoc, whatever, that Tenno thing.
Exploration and
I know that sounds like
trials.
Warframe, but that's not it. Let's see
Adventuring
what's
is
going
right
on.
up my alley.
The second to come forward and embrace Tenochtitlan was the brave Menelik. That's right, the third was cunning Sanhaj Kampur, the fourth was a young Burkana, and the fifth was Sanjata. Papar, what do you want to do? You can't go looking for them now. They've been gone for hundreds of years. The sixth to go with Tenochtitlan was the nemesis from his youth, the giant Tupac. How am I supposed to explain to your mother how you ended up like this? Whoa, he's awake. You're back. Don't worry, he's just reciting lines again. The witch doctor's sedatives are very effective. His right behavior earlier was probably due to something agitating him. That's a relief. Anyway, Puckley, we found the shaman, and he told us what to do. Explanations! So it was all because of the Asha. Well, that's a surprise, but knowing that should make things easier. Easier? How? The resort's huge. How are we supposed to track down a bunch of invisible Asha? I'll handle that. I'll get my staff to investigate supernatural occurrences around the resort. Things like empty swings moving on their own. That way we might just find our invisible Asha. Sounds like a plan. Given our lack of knowledge on the Asha, this is our only choice right now. Yeah, those Ashas are really strange. They look like Monotu, or Montu, but their colors are way more vibrant, and they seem to be smarter. That's one way of looking at it, but it might be more helpful to think of them as having a soul. In Tenochtitlan culture, the word Asha has two meanings, one of which roughly translates to benevolent spirit. Many believe that Asha are Monotu with a soul, and that's why they're smarter and more approachable. Oh, Paimon gets it. So that's what the other So what's the other meaning? Hee. Paimon bets it's something to do with the spirit of summertime that embodies this resort, excuse me. That's not a bad guess, but the second meaning is actually something closer to ashes. Ashes? Yes, ashes blown over from the Mari Javar. So the Ashik are connected to the Mari Javari? You may not know this, but there's a vast tract of land to the west of Tenochtitlan that was once the Jarmarve. It is a place of sorrow born from the abyssal invasion. Warriors were reduced to dust, their souls imprisoned and bound to the land. That is, until the whole marriage virus mysteriously vanished about 20 years ago. It was around that time that the Asha first appeared. Naturally, people made the connection to the Javari. No wonder they're so willing to approach the people of Natlan. They're all caught up in the legend of Javari. Hey, traveler, Paimon just thought of something. When Layla showed us that strange place just now, it looked like the place we went to search for Bennett before. You don't think it's possible? There I go, getting sidetracked. I'm going to focus on Papar first. Give me a day and I'll round up all the locations where the invisible Asha might show up. What are you going to do about him? I plan to let him stay here for now. He might get unnecessarily stimulated if we leave this familiar environment. The resort has also designated this restricted area, so rest assured that no tourist will accidentally come wandering by. That's good. Papar attacked us, but he won't hold it against him. We'll find a way to cure him for sure. And so Tenochtitlan gathered allies from the 6 great tribes. Glittering like the flames of roaring wildfire, they crashed into the mountains of darkness. Stay strong, Papar, even in your imaginary quest to be a hero. Oh, that was weird how it blacked out like that.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
Ah, you're both here. Hey, Peckley. Any news? Surprisingly, no. Although I did come across some suspicious information. It dates back to when we were planning the construction of Easy Breeze Holiday Resort. Workers near the toilets and huts often complained that their materials had gone missing. The missing materials were soon found in the wilderness nearby, but no one ever admitted to moving them. There were also rumors of workers being frightened by water ripples when there were no wind, or wild beasts being spooked for unknown reasons, all around the same area. Oh, that sounds just like the work of Invisible Asha, but why'd they only show up in one area? I also found it strange. Maybe there's something special near the huts? Sounds like we better conduct some field work. Let me mark the location on your map. In the meantime, I'll head to the huts to check on my staff. Okay, I'm going to take a short break to get a drink of water because I'm getting thirsty. Okay, so it's back over to where we were. Okay. According to Peckley, the hidden Asha should be somewhere around here. Guess that means it's time to use Layla's magic carrots, right? Let's give it a try. That's gotta burn. That smells fresh and yummy, hee hee. Hey look, there's an Asha right there, on the lake. Whoa, Paimon can't believe those carrots actually worked. This one. Wait, they want us to paint it. Well, that's one.
Fulfill our pact! Light of the blazing sun! You two! Time to end them!
Let's go!
Found all three. Cool. That was easy. Looks like this is the last one nearby. They seem to like us a lot. Huh. They're not scared at all. Time to head back to the huts. Huh? Traveler? Paimon? See, Lolly, what are you doing here? I'm just as surprised as you two. But that's a welcome surprise. I'm happy to see you too, Seat Lolly. Were you also invited to the resort to kick back and relax? Huh. If you wanted an easy breezy day, I'd have to just stayed in bed. Are you just acting cute? So you're here because of Layla, I take it. Sharp as always, hee hee. Layla told me everything he saw. Everything points towards the Marajavari. So it's really the Marajavari, but didn't it, disappear? If it had really disappeared, then it shouldn't be possible to receive it in any way. I suspect that it was hidden by some kind of power, which explained why Layla could see it. But enough of that. I'm not here for the Marajavari either. My name targets the person who showed up in Layla's clairvoyance. Oh, so you know who they are then, Lolly? Do you remember that time we helped Layla get his spirit back? The whole time he was being tricked by that Kokuchi guy? If I'm not mistaken, it was he that Layla saw during his ritual. So I looked into this guy and found out he once escaped from Kanich while using the name Sanka. Turns out he's one slippery rat. Kanich even told me you've crossed paths with him before. We've crossed paths. Wait, there's no way. It's Anju? Anju. Is that his real name? It could be another alias. Whatever he's called, he's a clerk who works for the Abyss Order. He's great at lying and great at slipping away. Are you here to catch him, Seat Lolly? So he's an Abyss Order goon. Well, we can't let him get away now, can we? That rat. He should know you don't mess with an old lady's pride. Yet that lousy fiend took me for a fool. Just you wait. Granny Itley's going to make you regret the day you were born. Hey, Sea Lolly, is everything okay? You're making a really scary face. Huh. Do you still have the stuff I left with you last time? Stuff? Traveler, maybe we should take a look. Takes out Santa's relic. All right, it's still in good condition. Now the other one. Take out the map. Well, that's a relief. I was worried Anju might have swiped them from you. That great big lard wouldn't dare show his face around us. Anyway, be careful. He's lurking somewhere nearby. He is? How can you be so sure? He may have gotten away from us last time, but I made sure to leave a mark on him. That way I can track the rat no matter what hole he decides to crawl into. As long as he's nearby, I'll be able to sense him. I had a vague sense of where he was from the moment I set foot in the resort. Never expect to bump into you two while tracking him, though. So you're saying he's nearby? Yes. Unfortunately, the mark only gives me a rough guide to where he is. Otherwise, I'd have caught him already. We should work together, Traveler. I get a sense that Anju might have something to do with that employee's strange behavior. Awesome. With Seat Lolly here, there's nothing to fear. Speaking of Seat Lolly.
It's all yours.
We're good friends, Papar. Our mothers are good friends too. We promised to build this resort together. How am I supposed to face them with you like this? If your mother gets ticked off, she'll get my mother ticked off, and then I'll be in the firing line. If that happens, you better believe I'm going to make it your problem as well. So for the sake of our mothers, could you at least answer me and let me know you're listening? As Jones gazed upon the vast burning plains, a turbid black tide swelled up on the horizon. All right, I guess I should tell you how our fathers are faring. Hold on. Huh? You're awake? It's that old lady. Papar, what is it? What old lady? Silence. Hold them off outside. If you get any closer, the next time you'll be seeing our mothers is from the inside of a coffin. Master Puckley, we're here. Wait, what's going on? You look terrified. Papar, he's awake and he called my mother an old hag. There's something wrong. His illness has gotten worse. Huh? Better go check on him. So this is the out of sorts employee. Hey you, clothes off. Are you sure? He's definitely not one of the resort staff. Last chance, get rid of that disguise or I'll make you wish you did. Hold on, something's not right. Celia steps forward and tears away the costume, but there is nobody inside. All she's left with is a Noctly costume with traces of lingering warmth. Are you kidding me? He got away! What's going on? Was Tenochtzitoc hollow on the inside? No, there was someone in this costume, alright, but it looks like they slipped away just before we got here. Darn it! It must have been Anju. I can sense the aura of my mark on him. Wait, so the Tenochtzitoc we met just now was Anju in disguise? How long has he been playing us along? Probably since the very beginning. Wait, if that's not Papar, then where's Papar? Oh, Archons, I deserve the scolding our mothers are going to give me. Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this. Ah, I can't believe Anju tricked us again. We have to catch him. Traveler, it seems he fled in a hurry. My arrival probably threw him off, which means he might have abandoned some things around the camp. Then let's get searching for clues. Tch, that old hag. She's even more of a nuisance than I am. Guess I'll just have to wait and see how things pan out. Dude, we've been chasing you since like fucking Inazuma. A gigantic beast that appeared on the western side of Natlan 500 years ago, accompanied by abyssal monsters. His body was like that of a mammoth, and it devoured the tribespeople of Tenochtzitoc. An out-of-control creation identified as the golds that once attacked the swallowed part of her body. Lacking in intelligence, its actions are solely devoted to an instinct to devour. It is capable of infinite growth and is functionally immortal. However, unlike Gold's other creations, its immortality does not stem from the power of life, but rather a more transcendent form of abyssal power that may be beyond even our order's understanding. Are they talking about the Norwell? There's a secret cave there? No extant records suggest how the marriage of Ivory could have disappeared. It seems that all related information was erased alongside the Sea of Ash itself. The only speculation that remains to be made comes from an ancient legend. Thousands of years ago, a troop wandered through the lands. For flutes they had swords, and for harps they had bows. They performed for guests and also for foes. They once traveled through the desert, and they also set foot in the blazing Marjavari. But mainstream history dictates that the Marjavari only appeared 500 years ago. Assuming the records of this ancient troop in their heyday are accurate, it may suggest that a temporal distortion phenomenon occurred in the Marjavari. Temporal distortion. Time. Could the transcendent power of the abyss threaten even the flow of time? Okay. Seat Lolly's talking to Seat Lolly. We found 3 reports, and they're all incredible. About this one. All those monsters that attacked Natlan 500 years ago, Bakunawa was the most terrifying. It was said to have devoured entire villages of tribes people and could not be killed. Even when it was beheaded and had its body chopped into pieces, the rains would somehow continue to grow, seeking each other out and eventually forming a new revitalized Bakunawa. What in the world? How was it finally defeated then? Through Tonok's sacrifice. He let Shanjaha perform phlogiston engraving on his body in order to unleash a power of border spells. Then Tonok allowed himself to be eaten by the beast. With Tonok's body as a ritual offering, Sanha summoned a miniature night kingdom inside Bakunawa's belly. The clash between the powers of the abyss, the lord of the night, and Tonok's spirit and Banawaka's body led to a violent explosion that shattered the mad monster into innumerable pieces. Yet even so, some believe it never truly died, and that its rebirth was merely suppressed by chaotic energies unleashed in the blast. If the right conditions are met, the beast's remains could potentially still grow into a new Bakunawa once more. We have found 3 reports, and they're all incredible. Marjavari. Anju failed to uncover the mystery of the Marjavari's disappearance, which is good news for us, but his hypothesis is a little hard to believe. We found 3 reports, and they're all incredible, about the secret cave. It seems like Anju memorized our map after he snuck a peek at it. This is his redrawing of it. Judging by the markings, he must have found his destination. Bleh. So why didn't he do anything? He just wasted his time out here putting on a show. Given the cunning he's displayed so far, I doubt he did so without purpose. His act must have been necessary for him to break through a certain obstacle. Now that we've read all 3 reports, what should we do next? Let's go to the place marked on the map. Good idea. It looks like we're pretty close. We just have to figure out what the Abyss Order is up to. Let's head out. here before.
Yeah.
So there's that, but there's something over here. Oh, it just loops around. Okay. Looks like we reached the end. What's this? It looks familiar. It's a mystic arts implement from the Masters of the Nightwind. But how did it end up here? Paimon thinks we've seen those too, or seen those rounds. It can transfer us to other places, right? That's correct. Our tribespeople use them to transport themselves to the chambers of weaving or the sacrificial altar of agnatic lands. But this one doesn't lead to either of those places, evidently. Where do you think it goes? The only people who would know where it leads are the spellcasters and anyone else who's used it. Unfortunately, it looks like this implement's too old to work. Too old? So old that its spirit has long since dissipated. I doubt that Anju's brat could have found a way around this either. Is there any way to, replenish its spirit to make it work again? There is a way, but every spellcaster is like a different lock, each needing their own key to open. I have to figure out the structure of this implement's lock before he can get it up and running again. Just like that? Wow, see, Lolly, you're amazing. Obviously, look up my name in the Master Nightwind dictionary, and you'll find 3 words. The real Shadil. Shadil? That doesn't sound like a real word to Paimon. Of course it is. It means a shaman who's the real deal. What about the definition of Auroron? A cultism. A shaman whose skills are you cultivated? No, a shaman who cultivates vegetables. You didn't write this dictionary yourself, did you, Sealolly? That's enough jokes for now. Just give me a moment to look at... Wait, who goes there? We were followed? Whoever you are, come out with your hands up. Oh, it's the Asha. Oh, it's just some Asha. You scared Paimon half to death. She thought it was that awful Anju guy. Odd. Why are there Asha following us? Maybe they're like us? Peckley told us that Asha are the benevolent spirits of the Marjavari. They're friendly sorts, hee hee. You mean how benevolent soul is one of the ways to interpret the word Asha? I've heard that said before, but it doesn't solve the mystery of why they followed us all the way here. Hold on, I think I've got it. Maybe they're not just being friendly. What else could it be? Maybe they're after something we're carrying. If it's the benevolent soul of the Marjavari, it'd make perfect sense for them to be drawn to it. Do the honors, traveler. Take out the relic. Shanha's relic. Oh wow, the Asha are really happy. They must have seen Seat Lolly take it out just now and followed us ever since. A reunion after all these years. Wow, what are they doing? The implement, it's active again. But how? Ah, it seems the Asha were the key we needed for the lock. There's an enemy behind us. I can see it in the background. We might not know who left the implement behind, but the place it points to must have something to do with Marjavari. Should we go and take a look around? Only if you're both ready. We can't wait too long. That brat from the Abyss Order is going to catch up to us sooner or later. Let's go. Paimon's a little worried about this one, but okay, let's go. I'll worry about that when I come out, apparently. Where in the world are we? I was unaware that such a place exists in that land. Huh? Paimon can't believe even Seat Lolly doesn't know where we are. Blast. My connection to the Wyab's been severed. What does that mean? It means we're probably not in that land anymore. Huh? How? We were in the resort just a few seconds ago. I explained it if I could. Even though I can't sense the Wyab anymore, I can still sense the Night Kingdom's presence. This doesn't make sense. Let's look around. Maybe we'll find some answers. Better than standing around and gawking. Let's move, but be careful. Oh, that's weird. There should be a weapon here, right? There were words carved on the back of the stone. It belonged to Sanha. This was Sanha's weapon? Where did it go? Ah, could it be the relic? Let's put it there and see if it does anything. Since that triggers the thing, let's look around first. Let's open up the treasure chest.
Not bad. It's all yours.
A more recent booklet containing just a few more elegant and joyful words. Task complete. Now I sing. Is Saja. A weathered old stone tablet. The inscription is nearly illegible, but a faint name can still be seen at the bottom. A weathered old stone tablet with inscriptions is worn away. Bakunawa's revival. Before the return, must block the Marjavari. Hold back the black tide. If I fail and fall, let those who come after. Lohari. A badly damaged, wind-worn booklet with only a few words still legible. Seal the borders, contain the Marjavari, not a task for just one generation. My time runs short. Put my thoughts into the sacred flame. Remember who you follow. Kokanahaya. Yeah, can't say the name.
Try and stop me!
Can I climb up higher?
Hip.
Nope. Invisible wall has been met. Okay. If there's nothing else here, I should go ahead and just put the relic there. Wait, there's an inscription here. To the everlasting Tunic, his remains are buried here. To the chief of the mines, Sedajata. To the brave Menelik. To the giant Tupac. To the young Barkina. To the great runner, Winjaru. Okay, it looks like there's nothing else. To the border master Shanha Kampor. His remains are buried here. Place. Confirm. Look, the seat in the center. It's glowing. Traveler, do you want to try sitting on it? Traveler, Paimon, where are you? Traveler disappeared after he sat on the pedestal. Did he get transported somewhere else? Ugh, it's too dangerous. I've got to follow him. Wait, no way. I'm the only one who knows what's happened. I can't just rush in after them. Tenochtzitoc can't stray too far from me either. If we all get trapped inside, we're dead meat. But I can't just walk away. The Abyss Order rat could show up at any moment. I can't let him threaten Traveler and Paimon. This is bad. I have to find a way to inform Malvika, or at least leave a message that can be passed on to her. Oh my, oh my. I'm sorry to be a bother, but may I ask if this is the Hotel of the Sacred Flame? What stylish chairs it has. When it rains, it pours. Oh my, could it be? The fearsome Granny Itzley, the one who's been chasing me everywhere? When did you get into the customer service industry? Abyssal rat, still running that rodent mouth of yours. Is this another one of your schemes? I admit that I can be somewhat lecherous, and I adore a good scheme as much as the next abyssal rat, but this is my first time visiting this twatty establishment. I thought I'd be able to reach the Marjavari through that woven scroll. Who would have thought it would take me here? I guess this is what people mean when they say, it's a small world. Oh my, I must be disturbing you during your shift, Granny Itzley. I shall take my leave. See yourself out. My, you're really letting a perfectly good customer go? Won't this look bad for your key performance indicators? Granny doesn't have time to entertain you right now, so please get your sorry hind out of my sight. Of course, of course. I don't suppose this has anything to do with Traveler's mysterious absence. We're old friends, you know, me and him. I just thought I'd say hello, seeing as I'm here. Or perhaps I could draw your attention to my familiar scent left behind on that chair over there. Might I investigate? Wow, scent? Guess I was wrong about you. Rather than a rat, you appear a rat. You appear to be Traveler's abyssal mutt. Why, I am most offended. Such vitriol. From the mouth of a dear old lady, no less. You mistake me. I'm just so touched that a little lost dog would travel 1,000 miles to reunite with its master. It's enough to move Granny to tears. Well then, it's papa. Let the mangy dog perform his tricks. Well, you have been taught how to sit, surely. Or do you need a treat to coax it out of you? I must admit, as a representative of the Abyss Order, I am slightly perturbed by your sudden change in attitude, Granny. So not a dog, but a scaredy cat instead? The Abyss Order can't possibly be full of cowards like you. No wonder they're stuck wallowing in mediocrity. Think not of my incompetence as something all my colleagues possess. I am, as you first said, merely a rat subject to the mockeries of others. Being cautious is how a rat survives. No. So just to be sure I'm not about to walk into a trap, how about we make a deal, Granny? Papar, the employee who was role-playing a hero, is currently safe. Might I exchange him for safe passage to Marjavari? As long as I can reach the Mari unhindered, I can guarantee that Papar will return to his friend, and all will be well. What do you think, dear Granny? And what exactly do you want to do in the Marjavari? The elderly should know better than to hover over the shoulders of the youth, prying into all their personal secrets. Such flowery speech. It's a pity I can't be bothered to commit it to memory. However, you'd do best to remember every word I'm about to say. That seems a little unfair. Isn't it the duty of a grandson to listen to their granny? Keep those ears peeled, lest I peel them off your head. The throne behind me leads to a place none of us knows about. If you want to go there, you'd best become as complacent as a docile capybara. No vandalism, no hurting the flora, find Traveler and Paimon, and ensure their safety. Understood. I swear on Traveler's name to do as you say. You young people are always so keen on swearing oaths. As for an old-timer like me, I prefer a safer approach. I just need to cooperate for a moment. What do you mean by cooperate? Hush, hush, my ratty little grandson. This won't take long. It's Papa. Hold him down. Where the heck are we? We just touched that stone thing, and whoosh! Now we're here. And Seatlolly is nowhere to be seen. This place looks like the Night Kingdom. Seatlolly said she could sense the Night Kingdom's presence just now. Maybe this is why? But why are there traces of the Abyss here? Didn't we get rid of them already? Maybe this isn't Natlan at all. It looks like Natlan, but it's not Natlan. It looks like the Night Kingdom, but there's no Wyab connection, and the Abyss is still around. Ah! Paimon's getting scared. I just thought of something. What is it? Shanha once cast a border spell. Huh? Are you talking about that mini Night Kingdom he summoned? Wouldn't that mean the Mayor Jabari is right in front of us? We won't know unless we look. And let's be careful. Oh. Multiple rifts have appeared in this unstable space, resembling the Night Kingdom. They appear to be connected as though traveling through one will lead to another. Let's check you out. Did you leave me? Yes, you did. Okay. This treasure chest. I must has.
Show no mercy!
Wrath from the skies!
Well, that's kind of annoying. Nope, that's the only thing.
Fulfill our pact! Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh! Get to work!
Rev the engines! Incinerate!
Yeah! Look out below! Hi!
That wasn't there before.
Show no mercy! Fulfill our pact! You two! Time to... Up and away!
Come here, you little rascal!
Show no mercy! You want to stand down! Hi! Heads up! Hi! Oof! Hut! Hi! Headbutt! Kapow! Smash down! Yeah! See Lolling! Beef Papa! Get him! Fulfill our pact!
Nothing personal!
Show no mercy! Hi! Yeah! Yeah! Oof! Heads up! Hi!
Okay. Wait, the fuck? Did I get turned around? No. Okay. I just couldn't see them. Oh no. That does not sound good. Oh shit. That's not good.
Try and stop me!
You start taking damage. Or dealing damage. Traveler, Paimon? Hey, someone's calling for us. It sounds like Seatlali. I found you at last. Yeah, Anju? It's me, Seatlali. Seatlali? Well, long time no see, Traveler and Paimon. I have to admit, this isn't what I thought our reunion would be like. He's going back to being Anju again. Hearing the voice of that old hag come out of my youthful mouth is beyond mortifying. Shut up before I make you. Are you okay, Seatlali? I'm fine. My body's back in the main hall, but I used the spell to attach a part of my spirit to this fool's body. This way I can put him to good use. Wow, Seatlali's amazing. Paimon can't believe she can actually control Anju's body. Don't let her fool you. She's not that powerful. I'm only letting her do this because I cut a deal with her. A deal? So you sold your own body. In a partial, temporary, and limited transaction. One that allows me to ensure your safety and keep him from threatening us. Anyway, I'm glad you're safe, both of you. Here, this is Sanha's relic, a ritual sword, the Calamity of Eshu. I borrowed it from the chief before I set off from the Masters of the Nightwind. Since we don't know how much this area you're in, it's probably best to keep it close at hand, just in case. Whoa, so this is what used to summon the Night Kingdom? What a rare and precious treasure! I don't suppose it'd be a problem if I just touched it for a moment. In your dreams, we're holding on to this. So stingy. Don't you know that I was the one who found the relics used by Sanha to open up his passages? I didn't kick up a fuss when they fell neatly into your hands, did I? You can learn a thing or two from someone with my magnanimity, Paimon. Traveler, Paimon really wants to give this guy a good slap, but doesn't want to accidentally end up petting Seatlali. Slap away, it won't hurt me. Well, excuse me, I'm just a clerk. I've never hurt a soul. Is a crime of my wanting to come here and have a look around really deserving of such unjust violence? He's not wrong. Papa wasn't hurt. I checked. But we were tricked. He hurt our feelings. I fully sympathize, Paimon, I do. But as you can see, I now have an old hag bouncing around in my brain. If that isn't punishment enough, then I'm afraid you might as well just kill me. Sounds good to me. It too, Traveler? I thought a hero of your acclaim would say something in my defense, but here you stand, poised to strike me down with a cold blade. As long as it doesn't affect Seatlali. Well said. Let's stop talking about this. Present circumstances dictate that we should be trying to work together. Remind Paimon, since when were we ever a team? This is the Mare Javari. It's not like we have a choice. We've been in the same boat since the very start, and our enemies are the metaphorical sea and its storms. You all saw that scary creature just now, right? Although it was also my first time laying eyes on it, my wealth of wisdom tells me it was likely Bakunawa's permeation. If we don't deal with it, it'll eat us. If it eats us, it'll get stronger. If it gets stronger, it'll escape into Natlan and continue eating until there's nothing left. Bakunawa, that's the monster that Tenoch and the 6 heroes of ancient Natlan fought against. Wait, didn't they defeat it? Ha! You wish. The worst part about the beast is that it has an even stronger immortality than the rest of Gold's creations. Its permeation is no simple hummus or chalk. The power contained within it was something that even Gold in the Abyss Order couldn't harness. A power that can corrupt even the passage of time. Venti also mentioned something about the contamination of time in the Mare Javari. So this monster is the one behind it? We did encounter a fair share of obstacles on the way here. Maybe because people were trying to keep Bakunawa from escaping through the seals. Is that why the Mari just disappeared? Wait, we didn't break the seals by coming here, did we? Let's just assume that we're in a different time from Bakunawa for now. Then how are we going to get home? Our path is clear, Paimon. If the problem lies in Bakunawa's permeation, Then in the name of the Abyss Order, we must slay the beast. Why are you acting like a good guy all of a sudden? Pick a side and stick to it, will you? Perhaps if you were more well-read, you would understand. The New Tide Anthology states that principles are defined by their flexibility. Flexible principles are to be, in principle, flexible. In any case, the time has come for us to fight. So now we're getting help from him. Great. Scored by the ravages of time, the power of the Wyab, still harbored within the calamity of Eshu, awakens as those sensing the presence of a nemesis from 500 years before. Using this power to defend against Bakunawa attack, after successfully fending off a special move, the Wyab will unleash a powerful counterblow. Once struck by the Wyab's counterblow, Bakunawa will be temporarily paralyzed. See this opportunity to unleash the power of the calamity of Eshu and attack Bakunawa's parts for a chance to sever its limbs. Attack with the full power of the calamity of Eshu when Bakunawa is at its weakest to thoroughly defeat it. Though, as legends tell the terrifying monster's power revival, remains to be seen if it might one day rise again. So, let's heal you back up, heal you back up. Let's switch to Traveler. Okay. I guess we'll try this. This ended up being a longer quest than I anticipated. Oh shit, I started it. I'm not on Traveler. I thought it would automatically switch to Traveler.
This world is full of...
Actually, we should also switch out Vanessa for... Where is she? For you.
Let's go straight.
Will it just take me there automatically? Please do. Please don't make me have to travel through all that again. Oh god, I have to travel through all this again. Switch to Eva. You fuckheads!
Suffer the wrath of E-Fleet! Off to the freezer! At first, the flavor!
Let's go.
Get to work! A little amuse-bouche! Boost on the loose! He's lolling! He's Papa! Get him!
Mind your step. Mind the wind.
The pinnacle of excellence! A dash of frosting!
Come here, you little rascal. Let's go.
Oh, shit. What the fuck is it?
Sorry.
Oh god.
I tried.
I forgot that was a thing. Okay. I was just running forward and forgot there was a portal thing. Oh, please don't tell me I'm gonna take that damage shit again. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Ah, fuck, I am. Oh, good, it stopped. Nope, let's start back up again. Wow. Okay, let's not do that again.
A little amuse boost.
How am I supposed to fight this thing?
Show no mercy.
Quick!
I don't get this. I don't get this. I really don't.
Off to the freezer.
God damn.
Get to work.
Let's go!
A burst of flavor. Show no mercy.
I don't. Okay, so let's read this again. Shoo. How? Nothing is popping up for me with fucking trap. Oh. Okay, I get it now. Okay, that's a thing. I wasn't paying attention to the commands I can do.
Fulfill our pact.
Oh, I mistimed it.
Show no mercy.
wasn't meant for this world.
Get to work!
That's how I do that. Okay. Did we get it? Woohoo! We're awesome! That's the biggest bad guy we've ever taken down. Judging by the potency of the energy we just dealt with, that may only have been one of piece of Bakunawa's body. But if it's only one of many, I'm sure it will have left something useful behind. Let's see. Stop right there. You heard her, Anju. Stay put. What's this now? Are your companions naught but arrows in your quiver, fit only to be strung taut and then abandoned? Traveler, remind me, who was it who dealt the crucial blow to Bakunawa just now? Is this how you treat the backbone of your team? But backbone, keep dreaming. What exactly are you after? All that is unknown etches itself into the desires of my soul. The corpse of Bakunawa may be laden with ancient treasures it once devoured. Surely such artifacts would be priceless. Try harder. You've been hunting for clues about the Marajavari since Traveler's arrival in that land. There's no way your end goal is something so vague. You can't lie your way out of this one, Anju. What secrets are you hiding? We're not giving up until you spill the beans. Lie? Why, I'm not lying at all. But since you insist, I'll grace you with a story. Many years ago, there existed a kingdom in a broken land. The king was wise and powerful. He loved his people and was beloved by them. Later, when a powerful enemy attacked the kingdom, the king sacrificed his life to save it. Upon his death, his most steadfast follower succeeded him. Yet evil still lurked in the shadows, its creeping corruption poisoning the new king. Once more, the kingdom was plunged into torment. Civil war broke out across the kingdom, splitting it into factions. The wicked king was slain, and his people were exiled from the land. These exiles split into two different groups. One chose to accept their exile and abandon their homeland forever. The other group refused to leave until they were allowed to settle down elsewhere, albeit in the most barren and remote part of their nation. They lived in neglect for millennia until darkness returned once more. The kingdom was still divided, and these exiles were the first to raise their weapons. Although they were destitute, not a single one of them retreated or fled. With the same stubborn spirit that bade them never abandon their homeland all those years ago, they fought and died until at last only one remained. You're not going to tell us that survivor was you? It seems like eating too many slimes really can make someone a dullard. Paimon was just guessing. Where'd you come off being so mean? In any case, that man's name was Tenoch, and the last settlement was known as Tenochtitc. Its people were warriors who wielded the power of Anemo. Some people named the place where their bones were buried the Windless Land. While their brothers and sisters, who 500 years before departed from their homeland, headed to the true Land of Wind, where they were known by another name, the Maratons. However, that's a story for another day. Does this mean you're one of these Maratan people? Really? Is he lying, Sealolly? Don't shout so loudly, or you'll kill off all dear Traveler's brain cells. As for your beloved Granny Itzley, she can no longer respond to you. What? What did you do to her? Nothing of consequence. I merely drove her away. Stories all have a purpose, and I thank you for taking the time to listen to this one, as it has allowed me to familiarize myself with some of Bakunawa's power. From now on, the whole hag shan't be bothering us any more. You sneaking, lying, scheming, evil abyssal rat! Flexible principles, Paimon, flexible principles. See, that is where your problem lies. You never listen to what others say to you, or have to say. Who exactly are you, and what is your objective? Traveler, I have seen the glory of Vendigar perish, buried beneath the snow. I have witnessed the Sun Children dancing in their white night, and behold the magnificence of Garaband submerged in the sea of sand. I have touched the vessels of flesh and blood in the Mashari ceremonial site, the broken colossi of Rumeria, and brushed my fingers across the soiled colors of murals in the Verpkub Kirkix Tower. I know how Monsan's old ancestries were overthrown, how the people Leo began the great migration of the Guli Assembly, and how the loyalties of Oroboxy fought against the disciples of Murakami. I even know how the people of Tenochtzitoc perished in battle, and how the Maratons left for a distant land. But none of these places in my memory belong to me. They are like shooting stars merely flitting across my sky with a spark, then fading away into nothing. Paimon, traveler, I serve the Abyss Order, but the Order is not my home. What about you two? Where is your home? Ah, so you cannot answer that. Or perhaps you do not wish to answer? Very well, I'll be heading deeper to continue my investigation. Maybe we shall never see each other again. But know this, traveler. Without the power of Bakanawa, you will never be able to enter the true Marajvari. Allow me to leave you a final parting gift. A flower? What is this? This is the flower that blooms in flames. Until the day of the fire turns me into ash, you shall see the glowing embers of this flower shining through the dark smoke. Hey, you're called Anju, right? If you find any secrets, remember to come back and tell us. Or at least give us your name. Your real name. Granny Itzley, I swore I'd have driven you away. Me? By the likes of you? Pfft! Granny just wanted to see if you had any other parlor tricks up your sleeve. Ha, so that's how it is. Granny will always be Granny. I apologize for my hubris. If that day does come, I promise I will. And with that, I bid you farewell, you monuments on my journey until we meet again. If there truly is a homeland I have forgotten, could it be within this realm of smoldering, shattered time? Can I please end the recording? You're back! Are you both alright? We're okay. That's a relief. I couldn't see what Anju was up to. Tch, unreadable to the very end. Now that I think about it, when Anju was hiding inside Tonalutsi, I didn't think he was able to enter this place. But he knew you would come, and he planned to use you. Naturally, he was certain you would somehow find a way. But he didn't bet on Seatlolly showing up, which threw a wrench into his works. Well, we always knew this guy wasn't like the Abyss Order goons. But Paimon never thought he'd have so many secrets, and asking him for answers only left us with more questions, just like this place. I'll check with Malvika. I have a feeling she'll know something about this place. I'll let Citolin scout the area and it found a stone tablet behind the temple. Ugh. It was just so happens there were some names written on it. Names? Some of them have been eroded beyond recognition, while others are barely legible. They are the names of the former Pyro Archons. Huh? I have an inkling this place may have been put together by the Pyro Archons 500 years ago. They must have made it to deal with, or at least temporarily contain, Bakunawa. But the exact methods they use are truly a mystery. Anyway, I appreciate it if you don't tell anyone else about this. For now, at least. Then, can we keep looking around this place? Of course, but you shouldn't try to stray too deep, especially you, traveler. Got that? The spirit trace I left on Anju seems to have been consumed by a strange power. Whatever's wrong with the Marajabari, we're definitely not equipped to handle it right now. I need some time to look into all this. Of course, if I learn anything useful, you'll be the first to hear about it. Is there anything else you'd like to know? How's the employee who was acting up earlier? Papar? He's fine. Andrew told me that he previously disguised himself as a tourist and adopted the name Hanyi. He then approached Papar and the two of them really hit it off. In the end, Anju fed Papar enough amphetamine to knock out a Tachyconsaurus. He's probably still snoozing it off in a corner of Tete Island somewhere. Classic Anju. I should really be heading home. For a senior citizen like myself, this excursion has been a headache and a half. Thank you, Sea Lolly. I didn't ask for anyone's thanks. Ahem. But, well, if you really want to express your gratitude, remember to come and visit your granny more often, okay? Ooh, I got an achievement.
Is this an answer from this world?
Wait, that flower he gave me was an artifact? Oh boy. Alright, so that's gonna be it for now, and I'll see you guys later.